nem parece que fazem quase 2 anos que há uma série da Netflix de 2 agentes do FBI que começaram a traçar perfis de serial killers. Ambientada no ano de 1977, acompanha-se com as jornadas de 2 agentes, Ford e Bill, que unem forças com a professora de psicologia, Dra. Wendy Carr, com qual o objetivo é compreender a psicologia dos assassinos em série. E para compreender a psique dos assassinos, é basicamente entrevistando os mesmos. O problema é que, ao longo do estudo, Ford acaba ficando amigo demais dos psicopatas, tentando até mesmo utilizar a linguagem deles nas entrevistas.
Vou te alertar, sua atitude ainda vai te botar numa fria.
É tão jovem para estar acabando com a vida das pessoas. O que você fez?
Está desenvolvendo um padrão de comportamento que não vai te segurar aqui. Agente Ford, se for embora, não poderia ajudar.
Não há erro de procedimento em falar com essas pessoas.
Isso, consequentemente, ocorreria vários problemas. Principalmente em um dos casos, Ford acaba usando uma linguagem muito perturbadora para falar com um assassino. E, principalmente, que todas as entrevistas no qual os agentes faziam eram gravadas. E é claro, a agente Ford acaba se metendo em várias, podemos dizer assim, burradas, pois ele acaba criando uma amizade com um assassino ou com o serial killer chamado Ed Kemper. O agente Bill, ao contrário do agente Ford, ele tem uma abordagem mais profissional, sabe manter uma distância melhor nos casos investigados. Ele é casado com Nancy e os dois adotaram um menino chamado Brian, que agora tem atualmente na 2ª temporada 6 anos. Mas infelizmente ele não fala. Que a gente não sabe muito sobre Brian, filho de Nancy e Bill. Sabemos que o problema comportamental de Brian pode ter piorado pela ausência do pai Bill em casa. Afinal de contas, os agentes Ford e Bill viajam muito e investigando caso a caso e também fazendo entrevistas com os serial killers por todo o país. São longas viagens, longas entrevistas com os serial killers. E, infelizmente, essas entrevistas afetam muito Bill, que chega até mesmo a discutir com a esposa em um episódio em casa por causa disso. Mindhunter é uma série baseada em acontecimentos reais, não é uma história fictícia da Netflix.
We'd like to hear from you in your own words about what happened.
I might have had an opinion about blacks and whites and the hassles they were having, but I don't recall saying anything about starting a race war.
So how did that become the story?
It was Sadie who started hearing messages in the White Album. She gave the media the material for any perversion they cared print. The DA grabbed Sadie's version, ran all the way through the courtroom with it. Charles Manson, the most dangerous man alive.
Think about the possibility of you coming out of here, and they're genuinely scared of you.
Oh, boy, I might just make dust. Everything. Terrible. One little guy. Terrible. Ooh. Boy, how insecure are we as human beings? Put all our fear on one little guy and afraid to let him out. He might break all the toys.
Why do you say little guy?
Hippie cult leader who programmed people to kill. In that book, he's got me so powerful, it looked for me stopped his watch. I lay there in my cell wondering, wow, am I really all they say? I was halfway believing that shit myself. But I've been staring at every clock I see. And you know what? As hard as I stare, the clock never stops.
Yeah. And you sent your friends back in to do the deed. Aren't you a coward?
Charlie, a coward who takes no responsibility for his actions.
Yeah, you eat meat with your teeth, you kill things that are better than you, and then you say your children are killers.
No, I'm saying you're a killer.
I have killed no one.
You ordered them to go to that house and slaughter everyone there.
I did not direct anyone to do anything other than what they wanted to do.
You didn't stop them either.
I always let children go. If he falls, that is how he learns. You become strong by falling.
You're not supposed to let children fall. You're supposed to guide them.
Guide them into what? Guide them into what you've guided them into?
You fucking midgets.
This anger that you're feeling, Agent 10, this is just the anger that you got for you. Find someone else to put your cell on. I'm tired of being your goat. I'm tired of being your reflection.
You're not my reflection.
I've always been yours. I've been in your cell since I was 8 years old.
Think you are one.
Yeah, it would reflect. If you hold the negative up to the light, you don't see the light, you just see the negative. So I'm a reflection of your negative, there's no doubt about that, and I can handle that also.
I don't even have a name. I'm B33920. A bell rings, I get up. A bell rings, I go out. A bell rings, I do what that bell says. I'm Pavlov's dog, man. I'm anything you want me to be.
So I understand jail, so I understand myself and I can deal with that. I sit in my cell and I do my number, like a convict does his number. But there's different colors on different people's backs doing different things. It's a different world. I love the world I live in, too, just like Regan loves the world he lives in.
You love the world you live in.
Most assuredly, it's me.
You love all the pain that you've caused people, all the anguish you've caused.
Oh, I don't know pain. I don't know pain. I have no depth of pain.
How do you feel about those murders? That's what counts. Happened in your world, not in mine.
What counts is that you ordered the deaths of 7 people. 8, if you count an unborn baby.
And now you can reflect it back on me, and you can lock me up in your penitentiary, and you can say that your world's better. The prison's a frame of thought.
Well,
we're all
our own prisons.
We're each our own. We do our own
We
time.
do our own time.
Prison's in your mind. Can't you see I'm free?
You don't look so free to me, Charlie.
You don't look free to me. You look like a composite of what someone told you you are. You live for other people's opinion, you got paint on your face, and you wonder if you look okay.
That's it.
Hey, man, I like your sunglasses. Can I have them?
Well, cops like me because they can talk to me more than they can talk to their own wives, some of them.
Did the cops like you?
Like I said, a friendly nuisance. I got in the way.
I watch all the cop shows on TV.
Do you know, Joseph Wambaugh? Police Story? You ever watched that?
Huge fan.
Oh.
I got a lot of my insights right there.
Really?
Joseph Wambaugh, Police Story. Got some tremendous insights into not just the gimmicks, the actual things, the tidbits that you would pick up from their procedures, but the mechanics behind that, the logic behind it, was I would not allow myself to walk into even a potential trap.
I would not allow myself to walk into a trap because I knew exactly how their minds work from watching Wambaugh.
What kind of trap are you talking about?
And one of those was talking about those crimes too much to people, initiating conversations about that.
The classic is talking too much about the crimes, over interest. You have to remain casual.
It would be a guess.
But I'd say right now,
far more than 35.
in North America, more than 35.
35?
Well, I'm not an expert.
Well, hold on, I'm not an expert. I'm not an
authority. I'm someone who has been a murderer for almost 20 years.
I'm just an extremely accomplished murderer.
I was also involved in killing co-eds because my mother was associated with college work, college co-eds.
She had a very violently outspoken position on men.
And had a very strong and violently outspoken position on men.
Then comes this picture postcard, groovy, happy young couple on the stairs. They walk right past me.
Walking up to my apartment, past a happy young couple coming down the stairs, who nodded and smiled at me as they went by. Good evening.
Your two worlds are colliding.
My murderous fantasy life, and this. It's a pretty girl, pretty name. Kim or something. Going out on a date.
Where I'd love to be going. And I'm aware of both of these realities, and the distance between those two is so dramatic, so amazing, so violent. And this craving, this awful, raging, eating feeling inside. I could feel it consuming my insides.
I could feel it consuming my insides. This fantastic passion.
It was overwhelming me. I wasn't impotent, but emotionally I was impotent.
Physically, I wasn't impotent, but emotionally I was. I knew a week before she died I was gonna kill her.
I knew a week before she died I was gonna kill her.
She went out to a party, she got
soused.
She came home alone.
I was woken up by that. I came out.
You know, that night I
walked up to her bed.
She's laying there reading a paperback. As many thousands of nights before. She says, "Oh, I suppose you're gonna want to wait up all night and talk now." Can you believe that?
I looked at her, I said no. I said good night. And I knew I was gonna kill her. You know?
And I knew I was gonna kill her. You know. I was honest with myself for the first time.
And that's the first time in 10 years I've looked at it that way. I mean, that intensely, that honestly. It hurts. A 6 young woman dead because of the way she raises her son and the way her son is raised, the way he grows up.
And now everyone knows it was because of what she did to me, because of the way she treated her son.
I rationalized that to give up would be insane. To give up would be crazy. I'd be giving away my freedom, and I don't need to. But I look back on that and wish I had earlier, when I was saying those things to myself. The people who were later dead wouldn't be. The regret that came later would have not had to be. Those people, not things, those people would still be with their families, with their loved ones.
I know it's silly, but Mom always liked people to look up to her. Whoa.
Relembrar de todos os serial killers que aparecem em decorrer do Mindhunter. Eu espero que tenham gostado desse vídeo. Até a próxima. Bye, bye.